lights turned off for the evening, obviously. Okay, so just a quick recap for you here. A couple of more minutes. This tornado warning is going to go for Cumberland County. That's going to go until 8:45 Central. Just a few more minutes from right now. That's less than 10 minutes, 11 minutes from where we are now. And west now of Crossville, you're fine from this. Severe thunderstorm warning for Morgan County. So Sunbright to Wartburg, heads up. You could easily be seeing some gusty winds with this as it's coming in your direction. At minimum, you could be talking about some very strong winds. Right now, it looks like right along Interstate 40 is maybe where we're talking about the really strongest wind gust. If anything, we're talking about winds maybe 50, 60 miles per hour if they're getting all the way to the ground, which certainly can't be ruled out. Again, we're a little far away from the radar site. Let me just switch over real quick, kind of get in between. So yeah, still seeing maybe at least some broad rotation right along Interstate 40, maybe just north of that. So it would be right up through here. So I'll just put a quick track on this just to be safe. About 35, almost 40 miles per hour. So kind of right north of I-40. So it's near Deerwood at 8:45, College Grove 9:53. And again, as I mentioned, if it holds together, we could be talking about portions of Roane County as we get close to the top of the hour. So severe thunderstorm warning south now for McMinn County. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to extend this line and push it east. So there's our warning for McMinn County. I'll quickly just change over the radar site here so you can see what we're talking about. Yeah, it's going to be a mess. Very heavy rainfall across the area there at minimum. Gusty winds. If there is any type of a tornado, you're not going to be able to see it this time of night. Plus, it's called rain-wrapped tornado. It's going to be obscured by heavy rainfall. About the only way you'd be able to see it is if you happen to be illuminated by lightning across the area. Jeff, any update from our crew? Okay, we're going to check in. They were cleared from the bathroom, the safe spot there at the Buc-ee's, like we told them to go in. She's going to come out with an update here in just a minute, so we're going to hang with that. Okay, so Molly, I think you are with us now. Can you bring us up to date as to what you kind of experienced there over the past 30 minutes or so when I told you to go inside for that tornado warning there in Cumberland County?
Yeah, Ken, I'm going to say when we walked inside, people were kind of confused, and they asked if the storms were bad, which I told them. Our chief meteorologist had directed us to take cover, and about 5 minutes later, that's when I believe the manager of the Buc-ee's told everyone, customers and staff, to get back to the bathrooms, which was their safe spot. There were no windows. I would say there was about 75 to 100 people barricaded in these bathrooms for the past 30 minutes, kind of keeping track of the radar, whether it was watching you or watching the radar or what have you. They did just now clear us. They said we were safe to go back out of the bathroom and into our cars. But light rain, I will say when we walked out, there's light rain right now, still heavy lightning, but we haven't, and in the bathroom, we didn't really hear thunder, we didn't hear wind, we didn't hear any of that. But I would say about 100 people were barricaded in that bathroom for the past 30 minutes. So I'll send it back to you guys.
Molly, hang with me here for just a second. So again, you guys be safe. Make sure you don't come back east just yet. Just because I don't want you to be basically following these storms. Just do it slowly if you have to, because they're kind of tracking east right along the interstate. So they'd be moving back pretty close to the Rockwood-Harriman area. So just be careful across the area. But again, I assume the rain has let up there where you are. It doesn't look quite as heavy. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It really is just a light drizzle. We haven't seen heavy wind either. Now, granted, we were in the bathroom, so I was trying to listen to see if I could hear anything, which I couldn't. Right now, all we're seeing is that heavy lightning again, which now, I believe the view you're looking, you can see the Buc-ee's parking lot, but if you look straight ahead, that's the view we initially looked at about 45 minutes ago. Straight across is I-40, which you can see the lightning bolts lighting up the sky currently. So I'll send it back to you guys.
Okay, thanks a lot, Molly. Again, y'all be careful. Check back in if you need to with us, and we'll be glad to keep you safe like we're doing everybody else. Again, the tornado warning is about to expire pretty soon here. Matt, I still think probably the worst part of the storm is going to be a little further south into portions of Morgan County. I'm going to check with the Weather Service real quick to see if they are going to plan on issuing anything into Roane County. But I would say Roane County, just be aware of this system kind of heading your way in the next 20, 30 minutes or so, Matt.
Absolutely. We continue to watch that storm in Cumberland County, but I'm also watching storms a little bit further to our south. Now, the radar is very messy. These storms are moving in different directions, but we have storms coming from the west, traveling a bit further east. But notice this new severe thunderstorm warning from a storm that traveled from Chattanooga and a bit closer towards the Southern Valley. I believe we may have just taken a lightning strike or something. We will continue to, hopefully you can still hear me. I'll describe as best as I can, but we remain on the air as a tornado warning is in effect for northern portions of Cumberland County. But like I was mentioning, we do have some storms that are a little bit further to the south. We're going to have to watch those closely, especially for portions of McMinn and Monroe counties over the next few minutes. No active warnings there. But again, we're watching these storms that continue to travel a bit further to the east. Ken, let's toss it on over to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Again, I want to go back real quick. We had an update. We were looking from downtown Knoxville, again, back towards the west. We do have a few thunderstorms making their way into the metro, into portions of East Tennessee. Not severe at this point, but we are certainly going to have the possibility of some rainfall and lightning across the area as we speak. Still the worst part of the storm back to the west. I don't see quite the rotation that we had earlier, thankfully, across the area. But let's just take a look. Just very broad rotation. But again, it looks like it's almost right along Interstate 40, still east of the Crossville area, probably pretty close to Crab Orchard. But we'll keep an eye as this storm continues to push towards the east, almost right along the Cumberland border with Roane County. So no warning extended into Roane County yet, but still, I just want to give everybody a heads up. If you live near the Roane State Community College, everybody knows where that is. If you live in Roane County, that's close to the top of the hour at 9:52, so we're about 10 minutes away from that. At minimum, we're going to have some strong winds. Maybe 45, 50 mile per hour winds can't be ruled out with that. I would say at this point, this tornado warning can probably be expired, as it looks like the greater rotation may be just a little further to the east, but I still want to keep an eye on at least the southern half of Morgan County, anywhere from Sunbright south to about Harriman as this is moving to the east. I just want to quickly just put on, yeah, so downtown Crossville, we're fine. Northern portions of Cumberland County, you're probably cleared from the warning at this point. All right, so yeah, there were some opportunities. There was some rotation near Genesis Road, just getting that in chat. That's right where we were with Molly O'Brien and Dave Wignall when they were there at the Buc-ee's exit. So again, I'm glad we sent them inside and told them just to be safe until that storm passed their area. So downtown Crossville, you're fine. You're clear from that tornado warning. The active warnings, again, we have right now is going to be Morgan County. That's a severe thunderstorm warning. Nothing for Roane County, but still, that's where could still be some very gusty winds. Wouldn't surprise me. So Cardiff 951, Roane State 952, south side of Harriman about 956. So it'll be in Harriman before the top of the hour. So getting close to the 10 o'clock time frame. At this point, this is all just rain. It was interesting to hear and see the one lightning strike we had in downtown Knoxville, mainly just rain across the area. But it's the southern part of this that we really are going to have to watch closely as well. As of right now, these storms are going to be moving more to the south and east. To put it in perspective, here's kind of pulling back out and show you this is Knoxville. So this is not even in our viewing area to the south, but this is. So we'll watch McMinn and Monroe counties as that cell continues to push east. Right now it's in Bledsoe County. There's a tornado warning there. Severe thunderstorm warning for southern Ray, southern Meigs County as well. So this tornado warning, Matt, I don't know if you've had an update from the Weather Service. Got a feeling that the worst part of that storm is over with. So I imagine it's going to be canceled in 2 minutes anyway. So not a problem there. Anything else that you're seeing out there, Matt?
We just continue to watch it. I agree with you, Ken. I do expect this tornado warning to be dropped as most of the storm is traveling actually outside of the warning. But we still have this severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Morgan County until 9:45. I mean, you can see there's a lot of heavy rain, and that's one of the other threats we're watching. With repeated rounds of heavy rain, we had those storms this morning, additional storms expected as we go into the overnight hours. That is one thing we're watching. The potential for some localized flooding or even flash flooding as repeated rounds of heavy downpours are expected especially as we go into early on Thursday morning. Keep that in mind as you get out the door tomorrow morning. Again, if you see any flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. For now, though, heavy rain in parts of Morgan County, but like Ken has mentioned, not seeing maybe broad rotation with this storm system, but I am expecting this tornado warning to be canceled. I mean, it's supposed to expire at 8:45 Central Time, so in the next minute we can watch it be taken off the radar together. But we will continue to watch it, especially for folks in Morgan County. There could be some briefly gusty winds, even some hail. Can't be completely ruled out. Haven't seen that so far with this storm system, but it's mainly going to be the wind threat and the heavy rain as it continues to track into Morgan County. So if you're in Wartburg paying attention to the storm system, you're not under an active tornado warning, but you just have that severe thunderstorm warning also in effect until 9:45. So we'll have to see what the National Weather Service decides to do. We will continue to keep a close eye on this storm system and all the storms that continue to move into the area as we go over the next few hours. It's really throughout the night we're going to have to watch for the potential for storms to develop. Notice most of the rain is especially Knoxville northward and off towards the west. And that's where we had those stronger storms move through, like we can still see outside of our viewing area in the southern corner of the screen. So still seeing heavy rain right now. And there we go. So we're not seeing that tornado warning on the radar anymore. So that has been allowed to expire. And in fact, the severe thunderstorm warning has also been allowed to expire. So the good news is this storm system has weakened. But of course, we're going to have to watch it very closely as we go over the next few hours. Ken, let's send it on over to you.
Yeah, Matt, just asking Morristown what their plans are at this point. Haven't heard back from them, but I would say at this point, probably not going to extend this. All right, so tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings for Cumberland County allowed to expire. The storms moved out of the area. Obviously, we talked about that. No update from the Morgan County area here. So what I think we're going to do at this point, we're going to keep an eye on this. We'll come back on if we need to. We're also going to keep the eye on the storms that are further to the south. But at this point, no active warnings in our area. So we will go ahead and send it back to regular scheduled programming. We'll go ahead and sign off online as well. But if we do need to come back, if another tornado warning is issued, we will certainly do so. But remember, the opportunity for severe weather will continue as we go through the next several hours and probably past the midnight time frame as well. And heavy rainfall certainly could be an issue as well. So we'll have to watch for some isolated flooding. Again, we'll keep you updated. We'll come back as needed, but for now, we'll send you back to regular scheduled programming.